Hey everyone, I'm going to do a reading of Holiday Terminal by Gwyn McNamee and Christy Anderson. Chapter 1. Penelope. Ma'am, I'm sorry, but the storm is just too dangerous for us to continue. I'm gonna have to land. The voice of the pilot crackles over the headset, giving me the worst news possible. Crap. Snow falls so thick outside the tiny airplane window, it's practically a whiteout. It only confirms what he just said. I'm screwed. This is what I get for trying to fly home on Christmas Eve. I glance over at Max and Mom, both fast asleep in two of the other seats on the small plane. They are not going to be happy about missing Christmas with Dad, but it's not like we have any choice. God or karma or whatever power is out there obviously doesn't want me home for the holiday. It's just a crappy end to an already crappy day. The landscape below us is almost invisible, completely blocked by the raging storm. Where are we anyway? I press the button on the side of the headset I'm wearing so I can speak with a pilot. Okay, where are we setting down? The nearest airport is Millerton Field, a small strip of Tennessee near the North Carolina border. Wonderful. I sigh and drop my head back against a plush leather seat. Everything went downhill almost the moment I walked into that meeting today. Aaron was running late, which delayed the start. Then the prospective client got a phone call he had to take during the meeting, which meant we didn't get out of there until 3 hours later than planned. Now, this. Why can't I catch a break? I really need to see Dad. Sometimes the only thing that can cure what ails you is a big hug from the man who has given you unconditional love since the day you were born. But maybe the storm will lift and we'll be able to get out in a few hours. I need to keep my hopes up somehow. We begin our descent. The snow thins slightly the closer we get to the ground, though I still can't see much. Hopefully the pilot can. Wouldn't it be just my luck to crash on Christmas Eve at some tiny airport in the middle of nowhere? The plane connects with a tarmac, jolting us up with 3 bumps. Mom and Max both jerk awake and blink rapidly, looking around in confusion. I pull off my headset and hang it on the hook in front of me. Mom's eyes meet mine. What's going on? We had to land. The snow is too heavy. It's too dangerous to stay in the air. She glances out the window on her side. Where are we? Millerton Field, somewhere in Tennessee near the border. Oh dear, your father is not going to be happy about us not making it back tonight. I sigh and rummage through my purse for my phone as we taxi down the runway toward a terminal I'm sure is nothing more than a one-room shack. I know. We're not going to see Grandpa? Mac's question in that tiny, quivering voice just about breaks my heart. I ruffle his thick, dark hair and shake my head. Sorry, kiddo. Doesn't look like it. His wide blue eyes stare up at me. But how will Santa know where to bring my presents if we're not at Grandma and Grandpa's house? Oh no, presents. I already sent everything ahead of us. Gifts from me and the ones coming from Santa too. After everything he's been through in the last couple of months, Max deserves them all, and then some. This new job is taking more time and energy than I ever thought possible. I never imagined I would need to spend so many hours away from him, but if I have any hopes of working my way up, I need to do a good job. The best. Being hired on at this young age as a producer's assistant is practically unheard of. I can't do anything to prove Aaron was wrong in putting his trust in me. The plane stops and the engines wind down. Max gazes out the window at the winter wonderland. He doesn't often see snow in Nashville. Other than the big ice storm last year and our annual visits to North Carolina at Christmas, he probably would never experience anything truly winter. The pilot emerges from the cockpit and offers a kind smile. I'll take you in and we can figure out what's going on with the storm. Are we going to be able to get out of here tonight? One of his shoulders raises and falls. His bourbon eyes dart over to Max and soften. I don't know. It isn't looking good. Great. I half-out a sigh and turned to Max. Gather your stuff, buddy. Mom, help me get him out of here. The dress and 4-inch stilettos I wore to the meeting are probably the worst possible things to fly in, let alone to wear while traipsing across the snow-covered and slick tarmac into a tiny airport building. But I didn't have even time to change before racing to the airport. We knew there may be some inclement weather, and we're hoping to avoid it. But the meeting ran late, and the storm is much bigger than anyone anticipated. It was the perfect storm to ruin my holiday and the first real break I've had since starting this job. The pilot grabs the lever on the door and pushes it open, dropping the steps down and out into the snow. A gust of icy air swirls into the plane, raising goosebumps on my bare arms. Max shivers next to me, and Mom wraps her arm around him. The terminal doesn't look any bigger than most gas stations. Jesus, we really are in the middle of nowhere. Mom helps Max out the door and down the staircase, and I follow on shaky heels. Bitter cold wind whips around us, and snow bites at my exposed skin. Dang, that's cold. I've never been a fan of winter weather, and after this experience I may do even more to avoid it in the future. Maybe try to move to Hawaii. The pilot grabs my hand to assist me down the last few steps, and I hustle as fast as I can without falling on my ass and grab onto Mom's shoulder for balance. Someone, who must be an employee of this place, tugs open the terminal door for us, and we step into the welcome warmth of the airport, if you can even call it that. That's being generous. The building is really nothing more than one large open room, almost like a hangar, with what appears to be a few small offices off to one side and bathrooms on the other. If this is where we are spending Christmas, I am the worst mom in the world. I glance over at Max in Mom's arms and blink away the burn of tears forming in my eyes. Don't lose it in front of him. Our friendly pilot stands to our left, talking with a gentleman in jeans and a sweater who opened the door. Maybe he has some more information about this storm. I approach them and plaster a smile I definitely don't feel onto my face. Excuse me, but do you have an update? The employee frowns. Sorry, ma'am. Things are looking bad for the next 12 to 24 hours. Our entire Christmas gone. What a mess. If you're going to be stuck here tonight, is it possible to get our bags? The pilot offers an apologetic smile. I'll make sure we get them off the plane, ma'am, just in case. Thank you, I appreciate that. We're just going to have to make do with what we have, and it's not much. A quick second scan of the building reveals a few vending machines in the corner, old plastic chairs scattered around in seating areas, and a wall of windows that show nothing but white outside. Wow. Merry Christmas. Artemis. I press the radio call button on the yoke. Millerton Field, Unicom, Cessna N17771, 900 feet, short final, landing runway 02 full stop. Cessna N17771, Millerton Unicom, Pirep 0 5 minutes ago reported visibility 0.5 miles, winds 15 at 7, gusting 25, no VFR. Do you have the runway in sight? An almost blinding wall of snow fills the windshield, and the yoke vibrates in my hands, battling against the gusting winds, determined to take me down. This is not how I want to spend my Christmas Eve. I press the call button again. Millerton Field, Unicom, Cessna N17771 negative. I'm on glide slope and sporadically see the field lights. I am landing. Cessna N17771, roger that. Report once on the ground and clear of the active. Millerton Field, will do. I should already be in New York getting ready to attend the Warren holiday party, to schmooze with all the family's clients and plaster on a fake smile to make mom and grandmother happy for a while. Actually, maybe this won't be so bad. Except I had other plans tonight, big ones. Ones I wanted to take care of once and for all. Things that could only be done at the party in a very public manner. I guess it will have to wait unless the storm lifts and I can get out of here. Maybe I will get lucky, but that's unlikely. Luck hasn't exactly been on my side lately. It's been one shit show after another, and today is just the culmination of a crap week. The meeting went as well as it could have, which means great things for the Warrens and not so great things for those poor fucks on my conscience. And now, the storm has ruined the one thing I've been looking forward to. The snow driving against the windshield nears white out and makes the runway lights almost impossible to see. Time to get it down. The wheels hit the tarmac and I released the breath I've been holding the entire way down. Jesus, this really is the middle of nowhere. Of all the places to hit trouble, why did it have to be here? They rarely get snow here this time of year. This freak storm couldn't have come at a worse time or place. Millerton Field, clear the active. Where can I tie down? Cessna N17771. Take taxiway Bravo to the FBO at the end of runway 02. We have tie downs. I direct the plane across the icy runway toward the small building that must be the FBO. One other plane sits already tied up. Looks like I'm not the only poor asshole stuck here. Getting out to tie down is going to be cold. The wind kicks up snow in the air, stinging my exposed face, and the icy slush soaks into my loafers. I grab the tie downs and attach them to the wings and tail. Then I snatch my briefcase from inside the plane and slip and slide my way into the terminal. Finally, warmth. I set down my briefcase onto the damp mat on the floor, and then rub my likely frostbitten hands together. Christ, it's cold. We've gotten off easy with warmer temps lately in New York, and coming from Atlanta, I wasn't at all prepared for this. I didn't even bring a change of clothes since I had planned to head straight to the party as soon as I landed. I also didn't expect to be in this tiny nowhere town. I am so dead when I finally make it home. I kick the snow off my feet and take in my surroundings. The little terminal is nothing more than a modified hangar, but at least it's warm. A small group of people stand together talking near the offices. I shove a hand back through my wet hair, slicking away the snow and trying to regather some semblance of appropriate appearance. Remember, Artemis, you're always representing the Warren family anywhere you go. Do it well. I grab my briefcase and make my way across the terminal to where the office and the men huddled together there. One looks like a pilot, who I'm guessing had to land here, and the others must be airport employees. They're no doubt discussing what they'll do if we are stuck here for the night. God, please don't let that be a possibility. It's been way too long and hard a road getting here, to the place where I'm ready to do what I planned tonight at the party. Putting it off isn't really an option. I am screwed. I step up to the group and plaster on my best Warren smile. I'm sorry to interrupt. Any news on the storm? I really need to get to New York. A tall guy with windswept blonde hair assesses me, his eyes scanning from the top of my head down my perfectly tailored suit to my loafers. Vastly different apparel from his jeans and sweater. They probably don't get people like me here very often, and I can see why. This place is barely on the map. But he offers me a friendly smile, nonetheless. Looks like we'll be here a while. The storm system is spinning over us right now. We're keeping a close eye on it. We can let you know if conditions change. Not what I wanted to hear, but a Warren must present a proper and pleasant outward appearance at all times. So instead of voicing my frustration, I plaster on a fake smile. Thanks. That'd be great. My name is Artemis Warren. Please alert me of any updates. I really don't need this tonight. Not on what was supposed to be the biggest night of my life up to this point, at least where my career is concerned. There were other nights, one spent on a sandy beach with a certain brunette, ones I can't let myself remember, because if I do, I'll dwell on what I've lost instead of keeping my eyes on my future, where they belong. My shoes slip across the floor and I grab my phone from my inside breast pocket while I head back down the short hallway to the doors I just came through that overlook the tarmac and this damn freak storm. It would be beautiful if it weren't seriously fucking up my plans.